Hello, this is a tutorial video on how to set up Google Meet breakout rooms, an extension in your Chrome browser. And this is part of a series of videos on how to set up breakout rooms or small class instruction in your classroom. So this video is going to focus specifically on how to install, enable, and then set up the Chrome extension. Another video will come after this that shows you how to create a student interface to access these rooms outside of Google Meet. On this is a slide deck. There is a link right there to the slide that I'll be referring to as a kind of a flow chart and instructions. So I will click on this and go to the slide. So I want to just briefly go over the steps so that as I go through them, I'll refer back to this slide. So first we have to go and get Google Meet breakout rooms, the Chrome extension, install that, make sure that it's enabled in the browser so that it shows up, and then we're going to pin that extension in the browser. And I'll show you what I mean by that. And then finally we're going to get that extension up and running. Once we have the extension up and running, then we're going to go into the extension. I'm going to show you how to create and name your courses. You will then have to create rooms for those courses by using your Google Classroom links that are secured through the district. That will be your root link, and then this will create breakout rooms. Ultimately, we're going to be right there creating a list of URLs. And those URLs we will then use to create our student interface to go in and use them. So the first step is to install Google Meet breakout rooms. If you look at the first slide in this, there's a link right here. Click on that and it will take you to the place where you can install it. Because I already have it, it says remove. Yours will say install. So once it's gone through and it's fully installed, you need to look up here in the right hand corner of your browser. It looks like a jigsaw puzzle piece, and when you click on it, it should show up right here, Google Meet breakout room. So I want you to click on this pin, and when you do, you can see it up in the top of your browser. That means even if I add a new tab, that link is still there. I can always see it, and that's how we're going to access it. After I've done that, I want to make sure that the extension is enabled. So the way I do that is I go to the piece here. So say you look here and you don't see Google Meet breakout room. You go to Manage Extension, and you should see all of them here that you have installed. This is the toggle to enable, and you can see it disappearing up here when I click on it. So you just toggle it over, it'll show up, go up here, and pin it so it's showing up in the top of your browser. So that's the first set. Now once I have it pinned in the browser and I can see it up here, the next step is to start the extension. So you simply click on that and it'll open this window inside of Chrome. So it's a Chrome window. It resizes itself immediately. So what do I want you to do next is I want you to sure that I'm here. Okay. I want to make sure that you have your account right. So we want to make sure that here where it says your Meet account, click on it, and there'll be a place here to click to go to the actual account interface. Because you're probably already logged on using your teacher account, this should default straight to it. It'll default to whatever you're signed in. If you don't know what you're signed in, it's up here in the upper right hand corner of your browser if you look at it up there. So again, if you click on it, that'll give you the options to who you can log into your browser. They really recommend that with this breakout room, you make sure that this account is the same account that's here logged into your browser. Okay, logged into your browser. So once I have that set up and I'm logged into the right account, what I want to do is start off by making my courses. So right here, course, create, name, and save. So there's a toggle right here. It says courses. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this plus sign. So I want you to think about adding a particular course here. So just to go through this, I'm going to use this as an example, and we'll call this, the tutorial course, okay? And then name it and save it. There we go. So once I have created all my courses, and you can see here's my list, but I just created one that's a tutorial. I then want to go to the next step, which is to create rooms. So I want to create rooms now for my tutorial class. So I click on the Rooms tab, right? So you'll see this pink, it says course. You click on it, toggle down, and choose the class you want. So you see I just created it, so I have nothing here. So what do I want to do now? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get my classroom meet link, and I'm going to copy that, then come back and I'm going to paste that link right here and then save it. What's that look like? Well, it's going to look like this. Go to my classroom, and I created a breakout room tutorial. Generate this code right here, and then go here and copy it. Okay, you don't want to copy the link address, you want to copy that actual piece of text. Then I go back to my breakout room and I paste it in right there where it says main. And when I paste it, you'll see that's all it'll show me now. It automatically shortens this into that little piece. Okay. So there I've made my main, I've pasted it, and now I want to save it. Okay, so now I have that saved. Now for this class, this is for my course I just named tutorial. I now want to create breakout rooms, and I can create as many as I want. So for just this example, I'm just going to create 2 breakout rooms. So I click the plus button. It gives me a blank. If I click in this purple, I can name it. So I'm just going to make this simple. I'm going to name them 1 and 2. And now when I click save, it will automatically create URLs. So now I have a class that is set up, so I can look at the course, and it has generated URLs for the rooms for me. Once it is all set up, you'll see each of your classes will be set up. Now what I recommend, what I did, is I didn't set up a separate one for each one of my classes. I set up rooms for each one of my courses. So for example, I teach English 3, English 4, I have my advisory set up, and I also run my office through this. That way if it's an English 3 class, it takes place in here, and I use this same URL for the main room. It makes it easier, it's fewer of these to set up. Now that you have all of this set up, you're going to be able to go into the next phase, which is to create a student interface so that students can go into these rooms. When I've completed the tutorial, it'll be linked to this slide deck. I hope this has been useful, and I will see you in the next video.